Welcome to a very special Friday edition of Ringside Reporter Podcast. We are covering the weigh-in today. Anthony Joshua and Andy Ruiz. I always want to call him John Ruiz for some reason.
I know.
John Ruiz. I always slip up. There's a Ruiz up there, and I always just slip up, man. So, yeah, for sure, man. So, Anthony Joshua weighed in at 247.8 pounds, and Andy Ruiz weighed in at 268 pounds.
Looking good.
Ruiz? Did you
Look at
say
Svelte.
Ruiz is looking good?
Look at Svelte. Look at Svelte. Functional 268.
A functional 268. Oh, my goodness.
Hey, there's no way, honestly, that he's 6'2".
No.
There's no way.
No, he's not 6'2". He's
not.
barely 6 foot.
Yeah, he's.
Anthony Joshua looked like he towered over him.
Yeah, he's a good half foot.
Yeah, but like even that being said, dude, 268. Now that's 6 pounds heavier. 6 pounds heavier than his last fight. He just got out. How did that happen? I don't understand that. Like,
I don't know.
I mean, you really should have been lighter than your last fight because you were just training camp to training camp and you gained weight. How do you gain weight during training camp, son?
Well, do you believe what he said? Because he said he wanted to be heavier for this fight because he was fighting a bigger guy and he wanted more weight behind his punches. Does that make sense? I don't know.
No, that doesn't make sense at all.
No,
Dude,
probably not, right?
I mean, you're already big enough to knock the guy out. I mean, you're already more weight behind your punches. I mean, like, how much do you need? Like, you're 250, son. You know, I mean, you're good. You got enough. You got enough behind it. 268. 268.
Joshua came in at 247.
Hey, Joshua looked good. Joshua looks like he always does, and he's right in his wheelhouse as far as weight went.
Yeah, that's pretty good weight for him, right? That's
bounces right in there. 245, 255, or I think 252. I saw him a couple of fights ago, but I mean, he looks good. I mean, he's lean.
He looked thick, didn't
he? Yeah, he's got a his six pack. He's got the abs and everything like that. And Ruiz came out. He looks like he should be working at a car wash or something like that. I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, he didn't look very good. Let me tell you something, man. I thought, I was giving Ruiz, I thought Ruiz could make a fight out of this, and after seeing this weigh-in, man, there's no way I would bet on Ruiz. I mean,
well, I don't want you to get too wrapped up in this weigh-in. Now, I think Joshua's going to win the fight. I'm picking him by 6th round KO, but I still think Ruiz, in my opinion, is a better opponent than Miller. I just do. I just think he's a better all-around fighter than Miller. I think he's just better body puncher. I think he's a more precise puncher. He's a more fluid combination puncher. And I was watching that Parker fight, and I thought he eked it out. And he has really quick hands. He's deceptively quick with his hands. Where, no disrespect to Miller, I just don't see that same skill set in Jarrell Miller.
Yeah.
So I mean, I still think, obviously it's minus the trash talk. You're not getting that same promotional push that you got with the Miller fight. But I'm telling you, I think we're gaining in a tougher opponent for Joshua. I think in the opponent department, I think we're gaining here. So
Nelson Santos says that he said the referee will play a big part in how this fight plays out. I don't think so. I don't think the ref will have anything to do with that fight tomorrow.
Yeah, Joshua can grind it out on the inside too. He's not a guy that likes to hold a lot on the inside. He'll try to fight you off him. He's not going to try to slow it down, and so it's not like we have to be concerned with the ref not allowing him to fight on the inside. I don't think there's going to be a ton of clinches in this fight.
No, I mean, Joshua's going to want to keep him outside, keep him on the end of those shots, coming in mid-range for those uppercuts. Listen, man. And Larry Merchant's correct. You need power to stop Adrian.
Yeah.
And I believe that too. And I don't think he has it. I really don't. Joel O says that Ruiz is better, but Miller would have made for a better event. I think that's true to an extent. I think style-wise, I think just stylistically, that Miller matched up better. It's not even a question of Ruiz on paper, and Miller on paper. Yeah, are they even? Maybe Ruiz might have a little bit better resume. Yeah, stylistically though, I think it was a better matchup due to size and everything like that. I mean, I'm looking at Andy Ruiz and wondering exactly how he's going to fight this guy tomorrow.
So
I have no idea.
In your opinion, you probably look at Miller as you would assume that Miller is just more physically stronger than Ruiz. In other words,
I would, yes. I would assume just because and you got to think about the height difference too. You ever tall guys before? They're strong.
Yeah,
they're punching down. They're strong, man.
Yeah,
I don't like boxing taller guys, man. They're tall. They're strong.
Yeah. And the thing people don't understand, too, is they say Joshua has problems with shorter guys, but it doesn't really matter because when you're punching down, you're getting much more leverage on a punch than if you have to punch up.
For sure.
So.
For sure,
yeah. So that's a very fair point to say that because Miller was thicker too. He was carrying a lot more mass, and he could have probably leaned on Joshua and. I mean, he would have been 280 in there. Or no, he would have been 300, right?
320. He probably would have been 320.
He would have been 315. So that would have been 315 pounds.
Right.
6'4", laying on
you and stuff.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't.
That's a fair point. Is
Ruiz a better technician? Yeah, maybe. But like I said, man, I think style-wise, in this fight.
You're saying
a better style matchup.
That's Miller's size would have offset the skill gap, basically.
Yeah,
I got you.
Much so.
That's a very fair point.
And with Ruiz, due to his size, is he going to be able to do what he needs to do to win this fight? I don't know. I don't know. I'm rooting for him to win. He's the Mexican. Of course, I'm going to follow him. Yeah, I'm hoping he wins. I just don't see that a way he's going to be able to do that. That's my big issue with Ruiz.
Well, here's the big question there, because everyone's talking about Ruiz having to get inside, but they're also saying it's going to be a tall task for him to try to get inside because of that long stiff jab. But if Ruiz, who's already 6 feet, who's 6 inches shorter, if he decides to make himself even smaller than that and fight out of a crouch, will Joshua have a hard time tracking him down with that jab? Will he be able to get underneath that jab and slip underneath it and get inside and be able to smother Joshua's punches?
My guess is if he does that, and that's a great thing. That's definitely one way to look at it. My guess if he does that, he's going to come in underneath. Joshua's just going to grab him and Klitschko him.
Yeah,
and
uppercut
break him apart. He's going to look for the distance again, and then Ruiz is going to have to do it all over again and reestablish distance. And if he does come in and throw a body shot, Joshua can come right over the top and throw another body shot while they're clinched.
Yeah.
So
at the end of the day, the uppercut could be the punch of the night for Joshua, really. That could be the beginning of the end for Ruiz.
I think it will, because Ruiz's only course here, he can't stay on the outside because he can't compete.
No.
Just Joshua's too big. So he comes inside, and as soon as he comes inside, I think he gets clipped with that uppercut.
Yeah.
And I think that uppercut hurts him, and I think that uppercut may put him away. But Joshua's a good fighter too, man. So he can put him away a number of different ways. I could see this fight ending a number of different ways. Maybe he clips him with a right hand early on, and Ruiz doesn't want to come inside. Ruiz is just, happy to come outside. I don't know, to stay outside and just kind of stay away from the power. I don't know, man.
Wow.
Now let me ask. Jason said this fight has no hype. Bro, did you see the weigh-in? It's got some hype behind it.
That weigh-in was...
Yeah, that weigh-in was awful.
I don't care what anyone says here now. If people are trying to already downplay this event and how there's tickets up, if that weigh-in is any indication of how the crowd's going to be come fight time, then that's going to be one lit crowd. I mean, shout out to the UK fans. I mean, I catch a lot of flack and a lot of stick from the UK fans when I say things that they don't like. But one thing I have to say about them, they are the best boxing fans in the world, bar none, without question.
You can't mess with them.
They came. Look how many miles they traveled, and they dominated that weigh-in. You could hear them cheering, singing. You know, any American fighter can only dream. Honestly, we have to be real about this. Only dream of getting that much adulation from the fans.
Right.
It's night and day.
It is. I mean,
and they came over here and basically turned this into a stadium fight. It's almost as if Joshua never left home. Right? If there's if there's gonna be 6,000 or 7,000 of them, right? That's a huge portion of that crowd. That's a huge portion of that crowd. Right?
Amazing, man. I mean, the fact they came out in droves. I mean, listen, man, when Errol Spence went over to England to beat Kell Brook, there wasn't that big of a contingent over there. There wasn't 6,000, 7,000. You know, I mean, you didn't even. I would gather to say maybe 1,000, maybe. That's being very, very generous.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was definitely a pro Brook crowd. I mean, that wasn't like, you know. And it'll be a pro Joshua crowd on Saturday, man. Yeah, that place was rocking. That place was definitely rocking. So.
And they're opening up the whole garden. They're not closing any areas down.
No,
from what I
understand. The whole thing is open up, and they expect
the whole thing is open up. Yeah.
I mean, what was it, 1,500 tickets left? Maybe.
They're saying 1,500 tickets left, but you know what? Yeah. Maybe those will be scooped up, right at the end. You know,
they'll definitely be scooped up. This thing is a sellout, no question.
Yeah, I'll be surprised if this doesn't sell out.
Yeah, this is a complete sellout. Yeah. So I mean, they've got a good thing on their hands, man. That's for sure, man. Because it's got the feel of, it's got a big fight feel. Even though I don't think it will be a long night for Joshua, it's definitely got a big fight feel. And I mean, so here's a guy who comes, from Britain selling 80 to 90,000 in Wembley or wherever he does. You know what I mean? In the O2, wherever. You know, he goes. Now he comes back to the U.S., sells out Madison Square Garden. That's something like nobody's done, right? I mean, no heavyweights done that for sure.
I can't remember the last time that happened.
Yeah,
to be honest.
And I mean, you're talking.
I got to be honest.
20 would have right around 20,000 seats somewhere in there, 18, 20,000. That's. I mean, listen, man, that guy goes on the road. He's kind of like Triple G. Like wherever he goes, he sells out. But they don't put him in like these gigantic arenas or whatever. But I mean, like, well, he was in Staples. I think they sell Staples out, or he sold. What was the Forum maybe, which holds I know a lot less, but that is a May. Wherever he goes, he's selling out. But this guy's going to big venues and selling them out.
I'm surprised Canelo doesn't give Mexico a fight. Like remember Chavez fought in Azteca Stadium. They should have Canelo fight in like Azteca Stadium or one of the stadiums in Mexico, just for the hell of it, you know.
Yeah, and he doesn't have to fight anybody big. I mean, just anybody he fights. I mean. I think the money. I think it's a money thing now. I mean, it's a big cash grab because, like I said, man, I mean, they scaled tickets way down to sell that place out. Yeah, they need to do. It would be cool if he did something like that.
Absolutely.
That's I guess the most people that attended a boxing event, wasn't it, in Azteca?
That may be the record for boxing. No, there was a European fight. Oh, who the hell was it? Oh, fuck. But I'm not sure if the numbers are accurate. There was like a middleweight European fight, and I'm trying to remember who the fighters were. I think that had the record, if I'm not mistaken. But I'll have to double check that.
Yeah, maybe.
But that's definitely in the top 2 or 3.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So, Beeb, how do you think the fight goes tomorrow night? You said, who do you think wins? I mean, and does this weigh-in change anything that you had thought going in? I mean, are your perceptions different after seeing the weigh-in, after seeing both these guys step on that scale?
Well, physically, Ruiz looked the same as he's always looked. I mean, he's always looked like that. Did he look physically different from this fight as opposed to the Timochenko fight? Like, if you just looked at him, took 2 photos side by side, no. But he did come in. But he did come in 6 pounds heavier.
Yeah.
Was that by design, as he said, or did maybe he maybe the short camp could have affected that. Obviously he said that he still stayed in the gym, but I'm sure he took some time off from that last fight, right? So ultimately, this was not a full camp. They can't sugarcoat it any other way. It's not a full camp. I mean, you don't really start training hard, getting into the the nitty gritty of a camp until like the third week. So basically, he didn't have enough. Did he have enough time to really ease into this camp? Like, in other words, the first 2 or 3 weeks of the camp were basically conditioning. You know what I'm saying? It's getting your wind up and all this and that, right? And a lot of that has to do with endurance training, right? So I'm sure he had to bypass a lot of that because, as I said, the camp was short. Will that play a factor in all this? So was he heavier because he didn't have enough time to do as much endurance training? Because think about it, he had to jump right into the sparring, and basically a lot of this camp was probably surrounded around technique drills and stuff like that. So a lot of the conditioning portion of it possibly could have been cut short. I'm just speculating, but judging by how I know how camps go from being in gyms and stuff, I'm just curious to see if that will play a factor in the fight. Will his stamina be enough to carry him through? And if he decides he's going to go in there and try to put on pressure, as he says, will he burn out early? If the fight even goes past 6. This fight's going to be interesting after 6 rounds, if it goes past 6. That's what I'm curious to see. But here's something else. I'm seeing them shaking hands, patting each other on the back.
I don't like
there's
that, man.
There's no bad blood. And again, I'm not saying they got to spit in each other's faces. They got to call each other names. They got to push each other.
Right.
But I'm already getting that sparring partner mentality type feel for this fight.
Absolutely.
And I'm a little concerned. Joshua fighting in a different venue in the United States for the first time in New York. He's got all his UK fans there. He can say whatever he wants about not looking to make a statement, just trying to go out there for the win. But will he try? A couple things could happen there. He could be complacent because he really likes, like, if he seems to have a genuine adulation for Ruiz. He talked about his family, wishing him luck and this and that. So 2 things could happen there. Like I said, this could be the sparring partner type fight, or can Joshua try too hard and not set things up? So will there be something in between that, or how is this going to play out? So that there's 2 things that could possibly happen here. Like I said, the sparring partner mentality, going in there thinking I'm just going to work with this guy, whatever, or will he try too hard and maybe not set things up and maybe look a little bit anxious and maybe sloppy at times because he's not setting the stuff up, trying too hard to make a statement. So those are 2 things to think about. I could be totally wrong, and maybe he just goes out there and fights a picture-perfect fight and blows him out. Who knows? But you definitely have to favor him. It's really hard to see Ruiz overcome this huge challenge. Because, again, can Ruiz hit him with something to get his attention and make him think twice? That's the big question. Because Joseph Parker's trainer was being interviewed about this fight. He was asked a question about, was anything concern you about this fight for Ruiz? And he said, when he fought Dimitrenko, he was hitting him clean with right hands, and he couldn't even get him off his feet. So right then and there, he was questioning the power of Ruiz, which is fair to do. So if he's hitting Dimitrenko flush and clean with everything but the kitchen sink, and landing so cleanly, and really not being able to take him off his feet, and Joseph Parker knocked Dimitrenko down like 4 times. So if he's not really able to do that to Dimitrenko, what's going to happen if he lands flush against Anthony Joshua? Can he hurt Anthony Joshua? He's going to have to do something to get Anthony Joshua's respect, to make Anthony Joshua think twice before just walking through him, right? And if he can't do that, then it's going to be a short night for him, in my opinion. That's the big difference. So you can be the fastest guy in the world. You could be a fluid combination puncher. You could be skilled, but when you're fighting at the heavyweight division, you have to have some type of pop on your punch. And people can say what they want about Tyson Fury, but he does hit hard enough to get people's attention. We've seen him buzz guys. Like, he buzzed Wilder in that fight a few times. He buzzed him. Yeah. I'm not saying he wobbled him. He hurt him badly, but he buzzed him a few times. You could see it. Mm-hmm. Wilder clutched a few times. They held on a few times in that fight. I'm not so sure Ruiz could do that to Joshua. Hit him with something that's going to make him think twice and make him have to hold on and get a second win and reset. And if that's the case, if Joshua's going to be allowed to just do whatever he wants in there, it's going to be a field day for him. So that's the problem for Ruiz.
Yeah, I didn't see anything at the weigh-in that would make me not favor Joshua or make me think it's going to go. I think the further the fight goes, the more it favors Joshua. Again, man, we go back to the when they talking about the Miller and the weight thing, and then we're talking about Ruiz and the weight thing. The fact that you gained 6 pounds from your last training camp when you just fought back in April?
Yeah,
in April. Then he fought. He fought in April. He put on 6 pounds, and they said it's by design. No, it wasn't. You don't Andy Ruiz and put on 6 pounds by design. It just doesn't.
Something happened. Something happened.
I don't know if anything happened. I mean, maybe you just. I don't know.
Well, something that should have happened didn't happen. In other words, right?
That's a better way to look at it. Yeah. Something that should have happened did not happen. That's
exactly. 100%. I got you.
But I don't think, like I said, man, there's, if this guy would have came in maybe a few pounds lighter even, or, you're like, oh, wow, all right, maybe, it just looks like he didn't take it seriously. And I don't like either of them, talking about each other's families, talking about, bless this is, good luck for them and everything like that. Look, man, you guys are here to fight, man. Stop tagging his hand and everything like that. Stop shaking hands, stare each other down. And let's get this going, man. I mean,
plenty of time for the pleasantries after the fight.
After the fight, you can do all that stuff after the fight. But yeah, there's nothing. And I couldn't see anything prior to the weigh-in that would lead me to believe that Andy Ruiz would put up a fight. I'm not seeing anything after the weigh-in that would lead me to believe that he'll put up a fight. I hope he does, and I hope he wins. I really do. I really want to see, Andy Ruiz do well in this fight. I just don't know how he gets that done.
Yeah.
I really don't, man.
I hope it goes some rounds though.
I do too. I mean, nobody wants to see, the fight could end in 30 seconds or whatever, and I don't think it will.
Yeah.
I think Joshua is more of a technician than that. But I can see this going by the way of like a Prince Charles Martin type fight. Where he can get rid of him early. He tags him with a right hand and puts him down. The question I have though is Ruiz weighs 268 pounds, and he right in the 260. Let's just say 260-ish, okay, in the 260 range. Why doesn't this guy have any punching power? This has got to be a technical flaw, no?
I think it what it all boils down to is genetics, really, Éric. I mean, punches are born; they're not made. So, I mean, you either have those fast, twitchy muscle fibers or you don't. And he doesn't look like he has a lot of fast twitch muscle fibers. Like at least with Errol Miller, he had some muscle to him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's not just raw weight of somebody. It's what's underneath the inside the poundage. What's the poundage comprised of, basically. So anyone you can say, I weigh this, I weigh that, but is it a quality weight? Like Errol Miller is a functional 315. I've said that time and time again. I mean, the guy's upper body is gigantic.
Yeah, he's a big.
Got a big back, big chest. You could tell he lifts well. You could tell he's strong.
Yeah.
Tell he's strong. But Ruiz, not sure about if he has that same physical strength. You brought up a good point today about the physical strength. And Joshua can box too. So I don't think anyone's going to take Joshua to school outside of Fury when it comes to the boxing department.
No.
So
got to be one of the best boxers out there right now, right?
Yeah.
I mean, in the heavyweight division. Obviously, we're not going below that, but I mean, in the heavyweight division, it's and you can bring up Alexander Usyk, but again, Alexander Usyk is yet to have a heavyweight fight, so we can't really count him yet. Once he gets in, we can count him, But until he gets in there with the big guys, you can't really say that. For everybody wondering, Beeb, this is breaking news. For anybody wondering, Wanheng Menayothin, TBE, is now 53-0. He won via technical decision today. So there you go. Everybody was waiting for that with bated breath, and we have the results right here. TBE, and still TBE, baby. Wanheng, is he the best fighter ever, Beeb?
It's got to be, right?
Right? He's 53-0. What else is there?
I didn't want to do this, but I'm being asked a question in the chat.
Uh-oh.
About my video yesterday.
Uh-oh.
And I'm just gonna touch on it briefly.
Beeb, you ruffled a lot of feathers.
I'm not gonna retract anything because this is my stance on it. I posted an article in that video, and it said Frank Warren had said that fight was never close to being done.
Right.
We never even talked to him. So my problem with the whole situation is, and I'm not absolving Tyson Fury, but Tyson Fury has been known to say he said he was gonna fight Klitschko in the rematch. He didn't do it. Said he was gonna fight Wilder in the rematch. He didn't do it. So everyone is getting all excited because Fury makes an Instagram video saying that he would fight Dillian Whyte if it's for the diamond belt. We've seen this story before. Like, Hearn knows better. Like, why did Hearn question whether or not Fury was going to fight Wilder? He said, he has a history of not following through with fights. And then he comes on and says, the fight is close to being done. I think he's going to accept. I think it's going to get done. Like, how can a fight be close to being done if you never even talked to the fighter's promoter? You sat there and made fun of Deontay Wilder for sending over the $50 million offer via email. So I thought it's not about fighters. I thought the promoters and the team actually negotiates the fight. So all of a sudden now, because of an Instagram video, you're going to use that as confirmation that the fight's going to happen without even sitting down with his team. I'm not going to retract the statement. He fucking bullshit. You believed that the fight was going to happen too, didn't you?
I did.
And what did I say?
But
what did I say? And what did I say?
You said you didn't think it was going to happen.
I knew it wasn't going to, because I know Fury. I love Fury's my favorite fighter. Who's my favorite fighter? Tyson Fury, right? I love the guy. Yeah. But I still know him. Okay? I love him. He's like that crazy uncle. I love him, but he does things that piss me off. I understand he signed the ESPN deal. Maybe it was, I don't know the financials of that deal. I wasn't happy about it because it freezes him out of fighting the other heavyweights, right? And I know that he always says he's going to accept the fight, and a lot of times he pulls out of them. So why even announce that fight if you don't even have negotiations going on? That's all I'm saying. That's what pissed me off. Because he knew Fury's history, and he's even criticized Fury in the past, saying, he's not gonna go through with the fight. And then all of a sudden, he does a 180. So that's why I'm not going to retract it.
Well, I will say this because I watched your video, and we talked about this prior the day before. Eddie Hearn didn't announce it. The WBC announced it. The WBC said this is for this and this and this. Tyson Fury or Dillian Whyte said, "Yeah, I want to do the fight." Tyson Fury said, "I want to do the fight." Eddie Hearn says, "Yeah, I think we're going to get the fight done."
Said it was close to being done.
Well, if both fighters agree on it, I would say it was close to being done too. I mean, if both fighters want to do, we've seen it before. Yeah, but
Why?
you're saying he
Why?
lied about it, though.
I think he lied. I think he misled the public into thinking the fight was a done deal. You thought it was a done deal, did you or did you not?
No, I knew. We both knew it wasn't a done deal.
But let me ask you this: you were under the impression that that fight was 99.9% done, correct?
I was under the impression that that fight could be next. Yes.
And I knew it wasn't going to be next.
Right. Well, you said so. Yeah, you did say so.
And then I know that like Hearn knows Fury's history. So why even say anything about it, knowing that the guy always says he's going to do stuff and doesn't do it? That's what pissed me off.
Yeah, MB in the chat says Eddie Hearn said that Tyson accepted the fight. He did. He accepted it on social media. Did he sign a contract? No, but did he say it on social media? But he didn't.
Yes,
he didn't. I accept the fight.
He verbally accepted it. Is that enough though? Did he sign anything? Did he sign an agreement?
No, I mean, no. We all know that, but it doesn't mean he lied about it. I think
he lied about
and you know how I feel about Eddie Hearn.
He lied, but he lied about the fight being close, Eric. It was not. How could it be close if you didn't even negotiate it with the other side, Eric? He never even contacted the other side.
Hey, do you want to fight? I want to fight. Then let's fight.
It's not that simple, Eric. There's negotiations. There's purses. He knew that he didn't talk to the other side, but yet he was saying the fight was close. You don't think that's misleading, honestly?
You don't think Tyson Fury saying the fight? I mean, why isn't Tyson Fury justifiable for this?
Because I already know I'm not absolving him. I already said that. I already know Tyson Fury, and Hearn should know but Hearn should know Tyson Fury too. What did Hearn say about Tyson Fury when he accepted the fight? When they were talking about fighting Wilder, what did he say? The fight. I don't think the fight's going to happen. So he already knew Tyson Fury's history, right? So why would he go out and say the fight is close to being done if he knows Tyson Fury is a bullshit artist? You don't think that was a mistake? You don't think that was a mistake?
You are absolving him in a sense because you're pointing all your anger at Eddie and none really at Tyson Fury. But you're saying, well, we know Tyson Fury is a BS artist. You don't know that about Eddie? You come on you come on constantly and say, hey, Eddie's a BS artist and he lies all the time.
You know why, Eric? You know why, Eric? Because Eddie is supposed to be professional. He's the guy behind the scenes putting the fights together.
With that.
Okay? And he's the guy that's in front of that fucking camera 10, 15 times a day. And I know what he's doing. He wants the sound bites. He wants the clips. He wants people to write about him. He wants people to talk about him. Whether it's good or bad, he likes the attention. But the problem with that is it misleads a lot of people, gets a lot of people's hopes up high, and it makes people go out there and write articles about shit. We did a whole fucking show on it. Now the fucking fight's not even happening.
I remember, listen, but they all do it. I mean, and I don't absolve anybody. I remember when Don King, this is a long time ago, said that Frankie Randall was going to fight Pernell Whitaker, and then the winner gets Chavez. He said this right after the fight, and he said it's a done deal.
Yeah,
he said everything's been signed. You remember that? And he said,
I don't remember it, but I don't remember it, but I believe you.
Yeah, he said done deal, And I was like, oh my God. And this was like right after one of King's big cards or whatever, because you know how he put them all on, And they went to Lou Duva. Lou Duva was like, this is the first time hearing about it, And I mean, it's like he was like, why would we have our guy fight? Why don't they have those two fight to fight our guy? He said, that doesn't make any sense, And this was after the first Pernell Whitaker fight. So I mean, it's it happens. It's stuff like that happens, and I think they do it to try to get pressure put on the other guy to fight, But again, when you see both guys accept the fight over social media, you're like, wow, yeah.
That's bullshit. But that's bullshit, Eric, because you don't negotiate a fight on social. And then that's what he also said too. He's like, he criticized Wilder for the same thing. Oh, they want to negotiate the fight on social media. Oh, why is the fighter sending me the offer? So it's like he was the guy that was so hell bent on dealing with the other guy's team, not dealing with the fighter directly, right? So now it's okay to deal with Tyson Fury directly and circumvent Frank Warren. You don't see the hypocrisy in all this. This is what pisses me off about the guy. That's why I get angry.
Well, what happens is in AJ's case, and just to backtrack here with AJ, and you said, well, AJ said he wants to deal with Wilder now versus deal with or have Wilder's people and all this other stuff involved. the backstory to that, of course, is the Louis Ortiz thing. When he said that Louis Ortiz said they lowballed him, it was a $7 million offer, and they lowballed.
And I defended Hearn. I defended Hearn on that one. I was 100% on Hearn's side with the Ortiz situation.
I'm not saying you weren't. But what I am saying, I'm just kind of rehashing the story because
sure, go ahead.
That way, when and then when word got back to Ortiz says, "No, I want to fight him, and that's a lot of money. I definitely want to fight him." And by that time, everything had passed on, so we can't do anything about it. And I think that's where Joshua comes from when he says, "Hey, I want to talk to everybody now." And in fairness, he said, "I want to talk to everybody, not just Wilder's people, but everybody going forward. I'd rather just talk to them, hash out a deal, and then go from there." You know. But if that's the case, then again, I mean, the WBC is the one that mandated the fight. Now, you know as well as I do, when the WBC mandates a fight,
that doesn't mean anything.
Mandates a fight, it holds about as much as me saying, "Hey, these two are going to fight next." It doesn't hold anything, you know. And this is and Tyson Fury was the one that said he wants to fight for the diamond belt, not the interim title, or whatever the case may be. But yeah, I think to say liar about it's kind of a strong term. I really do. I accept the criticism, but in my opinion, I think he was very misleading. Now, listen, your opinion's not wrong. It's your opinion. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not wrong. So hey, whatever you feel about
I don't mind.
Totally valid.
I don't mind being called out on it, but these guys are saying that I'm just going out of my way to slander the guy. I believe in my heart that he knows Fury's history, okay? He knows that Fury talks shit. He knows that Fury says he's going to fight guys, and then he changes his mind at the last minute. Guys, does Fury have a history of doing that? If you guys are like, you get excited when Fury says, I knew right away Fury was not going to fight him. I said it. Go back and watch the show we did on it. Because I love Tyson Fury, but he's my favorite fighter of all time. But I can critique my favorite fighters. Mm-hmm. I thought Sugar Ray Leonard lost to Tommy Hearns when that fight was a draw. I love Sugar Ray Leonard, my favorite fighter of all time. Tyson Fury is my favorite fighter right now. But I know he says things and doesn't follow through. And Hearn knows that. So all of a sudden, Hearn forgets all the shit he said about Fury with his history of pulling out of fights. Hearn forgets all about, it's just because a fighter makes an offer, that doesn't mean anything. I want to talk to his team. He forgot about that. So you guys don't even want to listen to my side and at least, admit that I'm making good points here. You just want to attack me because you think that I'm attacking Hearn and you want to defend Hearn. I'm not. This has nothing to do with emotion. I get angry and I get frustrated when I see someone constantly fucking contradicting themselves as much as Hearn does.
Yeah.
I have nothing against the guy personally. How many times did I used to always give him credit?
You used to love Eddie Hearn, yeah.
And I still think he's a hell of a promoter. He's one of the best promoters in boxing today. I can't argue that. I love what he did today with the weigh-in, bringing all those fighters up on stage. That was a smart move, promoting all those guys, right? Yep. He's not a dummy. He's not a dummy. I don't dislike the guy. I just hate what he's been doing all of a sudden. With this with his contradiction. He's got to stop doing these fucking 20 interviews a day. It's not about him. It's about his fighters. That's all I'm saying.
If you're going to do that, if you're going to do 20 interviews a day, do it about your fighters and not, or at least stay consistent with what you say.
I didn't do 4 videos. I didn't do 4 videos on Eddie Hearn in 24 hours. I did 2 videos on him. I mean, stop. Will you please tell the truth? All you can do is go on the channel. Let's go on the channel and let's read all the titles.
Now, like I said, with the Hearn thing yesterday, I just didn't agree with your point that he was lying. I thought that, and I don't know that you're defending. I'm not defending Hearn, but what I'm saying is the situation, though, the way the situation.
Your stance is that I was a little strong with them.
I think you were a little bit strong with that. Yeah, with the wording, saying that Hearn lied and
I criticized him. I criticized him too heavily
in that situation, and not so much on Tyson Fury, who accepted the fight in 24 hours. But
I expect Hearn to be smarter than that. I expect Hearn to be smarter than that. That's all I'm saying.
Absolutely, I agree with you 100%.
So where's my 4 videos of Eddie Hearn? 1, 2, 3. One I did 2 days ago. Yeah, I did 2 videos 2 days ago, and I did one day ago. So it wasn't 4 videos in 24 hours. Once again, another lie from Larry Merchant. I did two videos in 1 day about Eddie Hearn.
I'll tell you what. I think what's also crazy is that like some of you guys like, and you guys may not agree with Beeb and what he says, and that you may not agree with me and what I say. I know a lot of people can't stand when I talk, but be that as it may, to unsubscribe from a channel because like you disagreed with what Beeb said, that's crazy. I mean, I saw that in the comments and everything like that. Like, I didn't fully agree with what Beeb said, but it doesn't mean that I'm going to go in on him or I'm going to attack him or anything like that.
You can't come on here and be a longtime subscriber of mine and expect me to say everything that you agree with. I'm not a puppet.
That's boring too. I mean, look. I mean, listen. We don't agree. I mean, we don't agree a lot. Me and Beeb, we're on opposite sides of the fence a lot.
And he just disagreed with me, right? Do you see me yelling and attacking him? Do you see him yelling and attacking me? Do you see him calling me an idiot?
Yeah.
Saying, wishing that I died and stuff like that. You guys, like, you get too emotional about it.
Yeah.
I get passionate and I raise my voice and this and that, but like I don't like lose sleep over this. It's not something I get angry about.
No,
but again, no opinions are fine in debate. But to be unfactual, I felt he misled the public. How could a fight be this is my opinion. I'm going to say it again. Just say, all you have to say is, Beeb, I disagree with you. Like Eric did. Eric said he disagreed with me. Don't question what I'm doing. Like people, you have an agenda. What do I benefit of? I made a video yesterday and I got 51 dislikes. How does that help me? What's my agenda? To get 51 dislikes? If I had an agenda, you know what I would have done? I would have fucking made a video and said Hearn's a genius, and then I would have got 1,000 likes, right? But I don't do that because I'm not gonna like cowtail to you guys. It's the same thing when Pacquiao met Mayweather was going on. All the Filipino fans, they destroyed me. I picture my mother in the back when I was making a video, and they said, "I hope your mother dies."
Oh, geez.
I mean, again.
Mark in the chat says opinions are fine in debate. Opinions are fine in debate, but to be unfactual and call somebody a liar yesterday is wrong. Well,
I did call him a liar.
Listen,
I explained to you why I think he lied, because he knew that he didn't sit down with Fury's camp. Explain to me how a fight is close to being done if you didn't even negotiate with the guy's promoter and his team. Why would you even say it?
But again, it's your opinion.
That's my opinion.
That's his opinion. And there's a big difference between him being factual and him giving you an opinion. He's giving you an opinion based on what he thinks are the facts, or what he says are the facts, or what he read as the facts. It's his opinion, and that's not wrong.
That's my opinion. You can disagree with me. Say, Beeb, you know what? Eric, he disagreed with me, and he countered me logically. Okay? You're asking me to retract what I said. You want to censor me. You want me to say what you want me to say. You don't see how wrong that is? You're telling me what to do. You're telling me to retract something that I believe.
Larry Merchant says we're the only LDBC that lets him comment. Are we
LDBC? No, I'm LDBC because I talked to 78 supposedly.
Well, I talked to 78 too. Does that make me LDBC?
78 even came on there. Even came on here the other day, and he goes, me and Beeb don't agree on a lot of stuff, but I still fucks with Beeb, right? So if he can disagree with me, then why can't you disagree with me and still like deal with me? There's a lot of good things that I do bring to the table. I do a good job breaking down these fights. You guys like when I do that. So if I'm making a video that you're not gonna like, why do you even click on it just so you can say it sucks? Like you're giving me too much power. I have too much power over you if I could make videos that you don't even like and you still watch them. You're making me like fucking Thanos. Lois, give me the Infinity Gauntlet so I can fucking douse these motherfuckers. I mean, you're giving me. Don't, Lois. It's okay. Don't. So, anyways, you guys are giving me too much power. You're coming. You're like. I hate to say this, but I know it was a joke, Larry Merchant. I'm not talking about you directly. I know you troll me, and that's why I don't block. I'll never block you. I'll never block you.
Well, listen, we don't block anybody in the chat. I don't block anybody.
I went back yesterday, and I unblocked a couple people because I'm turning over. I'm not blocking unless.
You shouldn't block anybody. Yeah.
Well, if they say something racial,
that's different. That's different.
Yeah, if they like, even if you call me, like, I'm not even going to block people for calling me idiot anymore or calling me stupid. Can I block people for questioning my sexuality though? Or should I let?
I don't think so.
Just let it.
What's wrong with
I should be secure in my own sexuality.
What's wrong with that?
I should be secure in my own sexuality, regardless of what someone else says. Right.
Right.
That's what Lois told me.
All right. Date a dude, you can, man.
That's what Lois told me.
Are you coming out on the show right now?
No, I'm not, Eric.
You just gonna wait?
Oh, you son of a bitch! But that's the thing. I mean, that guy. I found that guy that Suleiman told me that I blocked, and I unblocked him.
Okay.
Turn over a new leaf. No more. I'm not blocking anyone anymore.
Hey, just real quick in the chat, PNC King is saying my mic is down a little bit, and I got to turn it up. Am I really that low?
I don't think you're that. You know what it is? My mic's a lot louder than yours, and for whatever reason, that bothers people. When I go back and listen to the show, I can hear you fine.
Yeah,
but
I will tell you. We are working on the sound issue. I know there is a sound issue.
But you're clear though. Like it's not like you're clear and you can be heard. But for some reason, it just bothers them that my mic is louder than yours. I don't like. That doesn't really bother me, but if it bothers them, I can understand that. But I don't understand why it would bother them, because when I go back and listen to the show, even though I'm louder than you, I can still hear every word you're saying. You're clear. You're not too low.
Like it's different. Like when you download the episode from iTunes or whatever, everything's kind of leveled out. Then, we try to level it out the best we can. So, yeah.
I don't know. When I go back and listen to the show, you sound fine to me. You never sound like. I mean, you do sound lower than me, but it's not to the point that I can't understand you, or it doesn't bother me as much as it bothers them. I guess I don't know. But it is. But the sound is not balanced. That's. But again, any time you're in a group like this, everyone's mic's going to be different. No, can't get everyone's mic identical, can you?
I don't think so. But there's ways to level things. I think there's ways to level things.
So we'll fix that, I guess.
Centurion son, I'm picking White.
He goes. It doesn't help that Beeb talks loud to begin with. Touche.
That's right.
Touche.
So yeah, let's see. Maybe you guys got to fix that. We're trying.
All right, we'll fix it. We're
working. We're real close. We're real close.
But that's why we ask you for super chats, so we can get another mixer.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be an asshole, but that's why we ask you for like he's got a very expensive mixer, but he's thinking about getting another one, so we can improve the sound and improve the show. That's why we ask for super chats.
That's what we do.
We're not paying bills with super chats. Every dollar that you guys give us and every dollar that AdSense gives us, I swear to God, goes into the show. Goes into equipment, goes into paying monthly fees like Blog Talk, Skype, and what's the other one?
We got Libsyn, we got
Skype, we got Libsyn, we got Skype, we got the software that we pay monthly.
Yeah.
So I mean,
domains that we pay for, and yeah, for sure.
And for a long time, we were digging into our own pockets. Eric was primarily doing a lot of the spending. To be honest with you, I'm not going to take credit for it. I chip in not every now and then, but now I'm chipping regularly. But when we first started out, this was all on Eric's dime in the beginning. So basically, that's why we ask you for the super chat, so we can continue to improve the show. I'm not trying to do a cheap plug here, but that's why we ask for the super chats.
Yeah. Joel,
thank you.
You are
thank
the
you,
man.
Joe.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate
Thank
that.
you very much.
And he is looking to get another one. So
yeah, very, very soon.
And it's gonna be a really nice one. Look at this mic. This mic.
Man, hit that fucking like button.
This mic's only about four months old. You know.
Yeah. Beeb got a new mic, and so little bits help, and little bits go right back into the show. It's not like we're driving. We're gonna go buy a brand new Tesla or anything with that. So
I got a $1,200. We know a PVC pays y'all into the table. Yeah, we wish.
PVC, man. Wouldn't it be great? I mean, could you imagine? I mean, think about that for a minute, Beep. If PBC paid us, like, how completely slanted this show.
Oh my God! You kidding me?
I'm definitely a whore, man. I mean, if you want to pay me that much money, I'll talk about it all night. You know, it's like.
No, Mark from Twitter. He used to be on YouTube. He goes by Philippines 413.
Yeah,
he's the only UK guy that actually slags Hearn. Like he actually
really
he just he just replied to a tweet when we did that show about Wilder fighting Ortiz, and we said why, and he replied. He goes, because Hearn is a greedy motherfucker. I mean. I know I was getting wrapped up into that back and forth with the Joshua Wilder thing, but again, I should know better because I've seen it time and time again. This is what usually happens. It's both sides jockeying. You know, the fight will happen, but it's just both guys are jockeying for position. Both guys are concerned about the money.
Dwayne M, thank you so much, man, for the Robbie DAZN Chromecast Fund. Love it.
Will Wilder Ortiz combined purses come close to what AJ gets next? Probably. Honestly, probably not. I can be a realist with that. I answer questions honestly. This is the thing you guys don't understand. Do I ever say anything bad about AJ, Eric? Do I ever criticize AJ? Do I ever say anything bad about a fighter?
No, I don't think
so. I have nothing against AJ. I just don't. I used to really. I still like Eddie Hearn. Don't get me wrong, but I used to love Eddie Hearn as a promoter, and I still
used to be all over Eddie Hearn.
But I don't know what happened to him. Like ever since he got that fucking DAZN situation, his head grew. He changed. I used to love what Hearn did. Like I give Hearn credit for what he did to UK boxing. He works hard. He's a great promoter, and he works very hard. And he's an outstanding speaker when he's at those press conferences. He's the best speaking promoter I've ever seen. Like he doesn't even read. Everything he does is off the top of the head, and he's like it's beautiful. I respect Hearn and I appreciate what he's done. But ever since he got that DAZN deal, he's gotten a big head. That's just my opinion.
Well, did you hear? He's got reason to have a big head because he just signed another heavyweight, the latest heavyweight in the stable. We were all excited about this because we got press clippings last night, the press release and everything like that got sent to me, and I sent it to Beeb. I was like, who do you think it's going to be? Because they said they're going to unveil a new heavyweight for Matchroom, and it was Joseph Parker. So,
you know, and
not bad. I mean, listen, that's not a bad heavyweight to have, but, you know.
On a side note, I hope Parker fights White. And I'd pick him to win, to beat White.
Parker would beat White. I think Parker would definitely beat White.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate making excuses for fighters, but I think that headbutt really did have an effect on him. That was a vicious headbutt he suffered in the second round.
El Plebe says Ruiz is going to shock everyone, putting up a great fight. Do you think remember the guy from Oregon that calls when Canelo wins and he just plays what does he play? Mexico Lindo? That's what he plays when he calls up and he just puts it on. I wonder if he's going to do that if Ruiz wins. Can you imagine? He's going to go nuts.
He what's his name? Centurion's son really likes Rivas.
He really does.
No, I heard Parker's fighting. What's the guy? Who's the guy that Wilder and Joshua both knocked out, but Wilder knocked him out?
Éric Molina.
Yeah, I heard he's fighting Éric Molina for the first fight. Yeah. I heard he's fighting Éric Molina.
Did you hear, just on a completely unrelated note, they talked to Leonard Ellerby, and Leonard
Who's
Ellerbe
they?
said.
Who's they, Eric?
I can't remember who it was, but it was on. It was a quote from Leonard Ellerbe that said basically that it's possible that a Floyd Mayweather and Conor McGregor rematch can get scheduled.
No, I heard about. Oh, I did hear that. Yeah. I think TMZ was asked him that or something.
TMZ, maybe it was TMZ. It was one of those.
Yeah. No, I heard that too.
Can't deal with that nonsense.
I heard that too. But yeah, shout out to the UK fans. They had that place lit today, and I think 6,000 or 7,000 UK fans did come over for this fight, judging by that weigh-in.
Yeah,
that's all you could hear.
Yeah, it was nuts, man. They really packed that place up, and for a weigh-in, that place was packed. So there's no way that place isn't sold out tomorrow.
You know, this is what I said, and then people think I'm only from one side. I don't criticize the other side. I don't like the Ortiz rematch. I don't like it at all.
We hate the Ortiz rematch.
I mean, we made a video, and I was very critical of that fight. You know, I was very critical of that fight.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that fight for sure. That's kind of a waste fight to me.
Yeah, Brendan Schaub. I don't listen to Brendan Schaub.
Yeah, screw Brendan Schaub. Schaub's a moron.
I don't listen to Brendan Schaub at all, especially when he talks about boxing. No disrespect. No disrespect, but I mean, he just says crazy things.
He does. You know, and Brendan Schaub, you know what's funny about that idiot is that he goes on.
He's caping for the Showtime guy. It's very obvious.
Yeah, well, sure. I mean, for sure, he's totally slanted on Showtime. No question about it. Showtime fighters and everything. But you know, the worst part about Brendan Schaub is Brendan Schaub went on Joe Rogan's podcast a while ago and said that boxers are the dumbest people that he's ever met. And he said, compared to every other sport and everything, he said boxers are the dumbest people he's ever met. And now look at him. He's trying to make a living on it. You know what I mean? And like interviewing boxers like he's their best friend and, you know, trying to bro out with these guys and everything like that. Dude, come on.
These guys got promotional companies now. They got clothing lines.
Right.
They got they own like look at Julian Williams. He owns like fucking millions of dollars worth of fucking real estate. He owns buildings and he rents them out. Like he's dumb. Cut the fucking shit.
You know, but for him to go ahead and say that and then try to be around the sport and, you know, hang out with these guys and like, oh, we're all best friends now and just give me, you know, dude, come on, man. Just stop it. Go back to MMA or go back to doing that lame comedy special you did.
Yeah, that was horrible. That was horrible, Eric.
That was awful. He's not funny.
He's not
funny, man.
He's not.
I think you can watch him for about 10 or 15 minutes or whatever. Dude, he's not funny at all.
He's not funny.
I mean, it's pathetic to sit there and watch him struggle like that, dude.
And then all his friends are telling him he is. It's like.
Oh yeah. Oh, you're great. Yeah, keep it up, and because it makes them look better. Yeah. Because he sucks. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, oh my God, he's awful, man.
Yeah, I don't know.
MB said he does stand-up comedy now, doesn't he? Somebody said barely.
Well, that's what we're critiquing him on.
That's what we're calling it, huh? Stand-up comedy, yeah, right.
I'm kind of excited tomorrow to do this show tomorrow.
I am too.
The live commentary. I enjoyed doing that the last time.
Yeah, so let me tell you guys about this. It's a good thing that B brought it up because tomorrow, during the Anthony Joshua fight, before it starts, we're going to go live. And we're going to call the fight. So if you guys don't have DAZN or anything like that, or if you do have DAZN, you can just listen in or whatever, or listen to it afterwards or whatever you guys want to do. But we'll be calling the fight and everything like that. And it's not your standard like, you know, like I'm going to be Al Bernstein or something like that. But we just kind of put a different spin on it. It's just like two guys in a barbershop watching a fight, or two guys just at home watching a fight. You know what I mean? And that's kind of how we do it. You know, so. Yeah, come check it out. It should be a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
All right, Beeb, you got anything else?
No, I mean, I'm like, again, this may not be the fight that everyone wanted, but it still, to me, has a big fight feel to it. And when you see the way the promotion's being done. I mean, this promotion was done very well. I will say that. There was a lot of press for this. It would have been nice to have been able to see, like, I don't know how they advertise fights like DAZN. I don't know, like, if they can get television spots or something like that. Like, they should be able to do what Fox does, but I understand that they can't. Yeah. But other than that, like, I just think the whole promotion with MSG, having it be in New York in the Madison Square Garden, I'm starting to really get excited because of the event itself. I think the event itself kind of is special because it's Joshua's first fight in the United States. So it's at the Madison Square Garden. So I'm starting to get excited about that, and hopefully I'm wrong and the fight does turn out to be a good fight. Imagine if Ruiz becomes heavyweight champion of the world.
That's insane. That is an insane thought. But
he could he'd be like all the dad bods out there. You guys can do it, right?
Are you kidding me? If
that would be the tag.
Wins this fight,
that would be the tagline, right?
My God, is there anything that anybody else can't do? I mean, he is like the poster boy for you can definitely go out there and do it then. I mean, that would be amazing. Well, look at Buster Douglas, though. Nobody thought Buster Douglas was going to do it. He did it.
I know.
You know? I mean, he did it. So why not? Why not?
I gotta get Lois on camera.
You gotta get Lois on camera, the blow up doll on camera?
Stop it!
I can get a picture of her. Yeah, I can get a picture of her.
Enough! Lois, please don't.
From what they're saying in the chat, Robbie's got plenty of pictures of her, you know what I'm saying? I mean,
Enough.
Robbie's hooking
Lois,
up with her.
Don't do it, Lois. We need him for the technical.
We need a good technical.
Don't do it. Don't call Human Resources on him, please. Champ Life said Subway will sign him.
Can you imagine? That's a
remember Peter McNeely got knocked up by Mike Tyson and he was doing like Pizza Hut commercials?
Those Pizza Hut commercials were great too.
He was getting knocked up by was he getting knocked up by the piece of pizza or some shit like that?
Yeah, something like that.
That was fucking funny, wasn't it?
Peter McNeely, it's your boy. Wasn't he from your end of the woods,
right? He's from Medfield.
Medfield.
He's from Western Mass. He's probably like maybe an hour and a half away though. He lives on the other side of the state.
I wonder if he's still around. Like, I mean, if he's still in Boston or whatever, or still in Massachusetts, I guess.
Oh, he still lives in Massachusetts, I think.
Does he? I wonder what he does now.
Do you know what I heard? He went to college. She went to college too. Do you realize? Do you know him and Chris Farley were in rehab together?
Really?
Yeah, he had a drinking problem and a drug problem, just like Chris Farley. They were in rehab together.
Wow.
Yeah. He said that.
That's insane, man. Yeah. He seems like an interesting guy.
He's a really nice guy.
Yeah.
He's a really nice guy.
Chris Farley. Somebody asked in the chat who has a better shot at winning, Steve Rolls against Triple G or Andy Ruiz against Joshua?
Steve Rolls.
No, I think you got to go with the heavyweight here because, listen, a heavyweight can put you away. One missed shot and you can go. So you got to give the edge to Ruiz in that one. I mean, I wouldn't give him a big edge, but you know, it is what it is. Lee Davies said neither. Yeah, so there you go. And then somebody else asked, are we just doing this for the main event or are we doing this for
it's the main event.
Card? I think just the main event. Yeah, I think just the main event.
I don't hate the undercard, but it's not fabulous either. I like Katie Taylor's
I think it's a good undercard.
No, it's good. It's good.
Yeah.
It's not bad. But it's not like, I don't know.
Yeah, we call out Heyman all the time. I'm at 92. We call out Heyman all the time.
Yeah, we call out Heyman.
Yeah. And then we hear from Jason, you know.
We always criticize, you know, the fact that
his fighters aren't fighting.
His fighters are inactive. We've said that all the time. And I've criticized PBC too, you know.
Ruiz winning or being admitting that he didn't.
I don't know why you want me to change my stance if I believe something. Like you're trying to like censor me. I told you why I said what I said.
Why change his opinion?
This is why, like, you can't give me this much power over you. You can't let me bother you this much. You're giving me too much power over you. Like Eric said I was wrong. He disagrees with me 100%. and it's over. We just disagree. It's okay.
But again, it's his opinion that he.
It's my opinion,
right?
That he said the fight was close, and it was nowhere near being close because he didn't even contact Frank Warren to negotiate. How could it be close to being done?
I mean, listen, Mark,
that is my stance.
You could have an opinion that sheep are attractive. I don't really share that opinion.
You don't have to feel embarrassed for me. Because you know what? If I believe something, I will get 1,000 dislikes, and if I believe it, I believe it. I will never be a puppet or a sheep.
Well, my point is,
that's my opinion. Yeah, that's just my opinion. That's what I believe. That's my opinion. That's my opinion.
Jason says you're misguided sometimes.
I don't, and I don't. And that's fine. I just don't think you can say a fight is close to being done if you didn't even contact the other guy's promoter and even begin negotiations. That's just my opinion.
B means well, but he's misguided.
Now, Shelley Finkel and Frank Warren both have admitted that they talk all the time and have been negotiating to try to make this Wilder rematch, whether it happens next year or whatever. They're actually talking. Shelley Finkel come out and said he talks to the DAZN all the time. But the thing is a lot of people don't like don't like dealing with Eddie Hearn. They just don't like him. So that fight, people think that Fury fight with Joshua is going to be easier to make than Wilder versus Joshua. No, it's not. That's going to be way harder to make because Fury's deal with ESPN. And because if Frank Warren and Eddie Hearn can't fucking agree on the money.
Well, that's the other thing. How do you get that done with ESPN in the mix? They're going to want that fight, you know?
Okay, but he didn't even deal with other people in Frank's promotion. Like, nobody was contacted. Frank would have known if someone was contacted in his own promotion, don't you think? I have nothing against the guy. I just get angry when he fucking bullshits people. That's all.
Right. All right, guys. We're going to go ahead and wrap it up here. We will catch you guys tomorrow. Make sure to tune in whenever the fight is. I believe, when's the fight? About 7 o'clock?
Yeah, I don't know.
7 or 8 or whatever. And then we'll go into the fight and stuff like that and probably just have a quick post-fight after that. And take it from there. And then we'll have, of course, our Sunday show. So stay tuned for that too, guys. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Remember to smash that like button on your way out. And we will see you tomorrow.
All right. Peace out, guys.